Hello, welcome back to Fennel today in our A to Ylang Ylang Essential Oil Spotlight. So, Fennel, what a great oil that we have not used often enough. Fair warning, we are going to be talking about things in this video that are probably not dinner table appropriate, like our grandmothers would turn over in their graves to hear us talking about these body movement system things.
We're talking about flatulence, y'all. Flatulence.
And women's issues. So prepare, but if we don't talk about them, how are you going to know how to use your fennel? And you're going to want to use fennel, trust me. So let's get into it. Okay, we believe that the fennel is sourced in Egypt. It's grown a lot around the Mediterranean area and has been used constantly throughout history. Like we're hearing about, the Egyptians used it a lot, the Romans used it a lot. What was it saying about the Romans?
For warriors.
Yeah.
It was for strength.
For strength and confidence.
They would make a garland, for victorious warriors. They would eat it before battle. So we're talking about sweet fennel. Mm-hmm. It's the white bulb that you can get in the grocery store. People like to eat it, in salads and whatnot.
Sauteing soups and stuff, and you'll see it's it's a big white bulb, and you'll see the fronds coming off. But this isn't the fronds. It's
the seeds.
The seeds.
So it's that plant, and then it's the seeds. They take those seeds.
Mostly think sausage. Think like Italian sausage. Yeah. Those little fennel seeds are in there. That's the biggest one. So obviously cooking, but
that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. So very rich in. We got monoterpenes in there, alpha pinene, limonene. Ones we hear about a lot. However, what makes fennel is this transanthol.
Okay. And what about transanthol?
Right. So this is a phenolic ester.
Okay.
A phenol is a benzene ring molecule that has an alcohol group attached to it. Now, so it has an alcohol and it has an ester. An ester is a carbon with two oxygens. And then it's trans. So we've talked, I think, before about how in nature, us, plants, our enzymes actually formulate and create and synthesize very specific molecules. And when you go and you make that same molecule in a laboratory environment, you get all the different symmetries of the same thing. So when we're talking about here about transanthol, and trans, all it means is it's opposite or opposing. So the ester and the alcohol kind of go the different way, whereas cis would be same side. Yeah.
Okay.
So, in a lab you get both of those. However, our bodies, our receptors, only accept one form of the symmetry.
Okay.
And so that's why, essential oils can be so effective, whereas synthetics can also, you're getting the opposite chirality or cis-trans, and it gums up your system. It's something your body has to just get rid of now.
Yeah.
So,
or could cause some reactions or problems, or we just don't know.
Yeah, that's right. In a sense, it's like a toxin to your body.
And you're saying the transanthol, that's what gives it the unique flavor,
So this compound,
scent?
yes, it's kind of that licorice scent. But it's also sweet. This molecule, when you consume it, is up to 13 times the sweetness of sugar, table sugar.
So one of the main uses for fennel is to help curb sugar cravings.
That's right.
So some ways that you could do that is you could put a drop or two under your tongue. You could put a drop on the roof of your mouth.
And let's be clear, when you have sugar cravings, it's because your blood glucose is going up and down, and your body doesn't like to come back down. So if you've eaten something sugary, or you have a habit of eating something sugary or sweet, your body expects that and wants that influx of glucose, and so your body starts craving it. So what this oil does is it helps regulate your blood sugar level and eliminate that sweet tooth craving. So if you're somebody like you find, man, after every dinner I just want to eat something sweet, well, maybe try some sweet fennel and kind of curb that craving, and over time you're going to kick that habit.
And we found for us, like even dairy and fruit and grain carbs all sort of act the same in the body. The carbs act the same. Obviously, talking about the complex carbs and the more sustained energy, but they're still carbs. So we were noticing like we were still having, kind of fruit cravings and stuff like that. So anyway, fennel is just a great way to work through those and kind of keeping that sustained energy throughout and not needing the sugar.
Yeah.
Not needing the sugar.
So talk about that. Fennel's also, it's great digestive support.
Yes.
So specifically it supports the liver and you know, any kind of sluggish intestinal, you know.
Yes. It was hang on, I had to go look up some words. It was a mucolite, which basically is a decreasing of the viscosity of the mucus. So obviously the more viscous, the slower things move in the nose, you know, in the head, in the body, in the digestive tract. So it helps less
I believe
viscous.
digestively it helps support the smooth muscles of the intestines and moving things along, if it were.
So basically there's our first little topic. It helps move things along.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
If you're constipated, Fennel.
So we're talking about healthy bowel movements, which is huge because the body needs to evacuate the waste. And if it cannot, and if your intestines get plugged up, the water's reabsorbed back, and it truly causes problems. So we talk about needing whole foods, nutritious foods, nutrient-dense foods, lots of good fiber, and that's from your vegetables, high vegetable content, lots of water, high liquid intake, but also fennel is one that will help move things along in a healthy way.
That's right.
So you have good movements. Okay, awkward topic number 1, check. Next, we'll talk about, okay, so for this whole area, fennel is also, and this was another word I had to look up, let me make sure I'm saying it right, an emmenagogue. And so ladies, that's for menses, your monthly, if we're going to talk movement, we'll stay, but
cycle.
Your monthly cycle, like fennel is a great one, and it's in the Clary Calm blend, and so to help with healthy menses. Do I need to elaborate more? Is that good?
All right, so I'm going to claim this one now back for the men, because I always said we're going to talk about flatulence. And there's a funny video from our friends over at doTERRA. If you want to go check out their fennel video, he did it last Super Bowl. And about the powerful oil that fennel is to help combat gaseous buildup and flatulence.
In our house, we call them boofers.
We do. They're not farts or anything like that. They're boofers.
And Felicity has come up with all kinds of, when you do a cough in a boofer, it's a coofer, and I mean this is a frequent subject. So, what would you recommend for flatulence? Because I know we all have it.
Yes. So what I do, and something we do, is we rotate an oil and we keep it by our sink. And so I think I've communicated this in some of the oil camp videos, is that every morning when I get up, I drink 16 ounces of water. That's how I start the days, with hydration. Then I usually take my supplements, and I take a little bit more water with my supplements, but I also drop in an essential oil to take with my supplements. So we just kind of wrote that. So I've done turmeric, I'm doing Zendicrine right now. The next one I'm going to do is fennel. Fennel, not just because I fart a lot, but just for all the reasons we mentioned, that it's going to help your digestive system. It's going to help your respiratory system. It's going to help your liver. I mean, our liver is overworked to death, so anything I can do to help that. And it's also really good for the circulatory system. Yes,
and it's in the body butter that I mentioned that I put on my legs. I put fennel in that to help with circulation. So if you need anything that needs better circulation, fennel will be one. But definitely we're going to try this in the water.
So, on that topic, you can take it internally. Obviously, you can cook with it and all that. Aromatically diffuse it, and also topically. And you can use it neat if you do have any kind of sensitivity with the oil, because it could be a little harsh. You can just dilute it. But another way, if you're dealing with gas, just rub it right onto your abdomen. Diluted with coconut.
So that's awkward topic number 3, and I'm gonna take it back for the ladies again, because for nursing mothers, fennel is great, and there's another fancy word for this. The word is galactagogue, for lactation, to encourage an abundance of lactation. So for nursing moms, you can do fennel. You can do it like a drop in your water each day. You could dilute it and rub it on the gals topically if you want. I would recommend doing it for about 10 days and then stop and see how it goes. But fennel is a great one to encourage healthy lactation and feed your babies.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that was it for our
Yeah, for the sensitive topics.
For
But
the sensitive topics.
I mean, there's kind of one more that's maybe a little gross. Is actually parasites.
Oh.
So
Sorry, number 5.
if you have pets, maybe like dogs or cats, it's quite easy to get parasites.
It's highly likely.
It's highly likely that you have parasites. We've gone to our nutritionist and he's done some immunoresponse testing, and he said, yeah, you got parasites in your bowels.
Or any water, if get some bad water, but
it's just hard to avoid. And then they just live in your body and they do things. But fennel is phenomenal for combating parasites in your body. So
and so that's
usually
what most
know
of
they're
us
there.
don't even know. They've estimated that about 90% of the population might have parasites, but they just don't know because they're kind of subtle and sneaky.
Yeah.
But cause trouble, especially if they go on for a long time.
Historically, they used to use fennel to get rid of worms.
Yeah.
Worms in your body. So it's just kind of a natural thing. I'm guessing it's just real irritative to those things, and they don't want to be.
And I'll make a note, just thinking about with like the mother's milk stuff, the mother's milk tea has fennel, or also we'll just take fennel seeds and I'll brew a tea of that and ginger, just pouring boiling water. But it's kind of the same thing, and that's also good for digestion. Mm-hmm. But the beauty of the power of essential oils is they're highly concentrated, they're potent, so one drop goes a long way.
Yeah, and I think going off the Clary Calm, like we read, it's also effective for menopause or pre-menopause. Yeah. It's another good use of fennel. So we skipped a blend though. So we talked about Clary Calm, but it's also in digestion.
Okay, it is in digestion, and that's what it sounds like. All things healthy digestion. So bloating, gas, constipation, the opposite of constipation, upset stomach, ate too much, ate your not so great food.
Just help settle things down.
And the idea is it's actually anti-inflammatory. And a quick note on inflammation is that inflammation is a healthy body response to pain, agitation, something. Like the body's supposed to inflame the area, it heals it, and then the inflammation goes away. The problem is our modern American diet, our environment tend to lead to chronic inflammation. The inflammation doesn't go away. So inflammation is a major problem, not only in the gut, but in the rest of the body. I mean, in the brain, the organs, but we talk about the gut a lot. So the oils in digestion and fennel in particular are great anti-inflammatory responses. So keeping the body in a better state of inflammation or reducing unnecessary inflammation. So that's why digestion is such a great blend. But if you're not, it's a little bit, how would you describe it? Spicier. Like the taste of it is not always my favorite. I'll do it, but it's not my favorite. So you could try.
But sweet fennel
just fennel,
is it's perfectly fine to just take. Like I said, it's sweet. It's got that effect. So you can use this directly under your tongue, or in water, or in
veggie capsules. Digestion flavor is not your favorite, do it in veggie capsules, or try just fennel by itself. So play around with it.
So how about aromatherapy? So if this is the oil of responsibility.
All right, well, you want to do it. He was reading it earlier.
Oh, goodness.
You talk about it. Come on.
I don't remember it, though.
Basically, so as we're talking about the Roman warriors and the confidence and the strength and courage for battle, so it's kind of that, it's like that confidence to take responsibility for what you need to. And if you need just a little bit of a motivation, or I guess pep talk in a bottle, we'll call it that. Like, come on, get out, do this. It's a little bit awakening. It's a bit energizing. The smell is definitely like really beautiful and powerful and unique, and kind of going, okay, like I'm ready to face this difficult thing. Step up and take responsibility. Get done what you need to get done.
I think it also talks about like it helps quiet the noise and focus on what is important, what you do need to take responsibility for. So, in support of appetite. So if you're a person who eats too much and or eats too little, fennel is actually really good at helping with regular and healthy eating habits. So that's another way of specifically taking responsibility for your food intake, your thirst intake, water intake, hydration.
Yeah, water. Also, it's one of those that as we've cleaned things up, I've noticed that my body is actually getting more sensitive. And so I went and asked my nutritionist, like, what the heck is this? Like, I was fine before, and now these things are triggering. And he said that actually it's a good thing that when our bodies are really intelligent. Y'all, like, get that in your head. Our bodies are intelligent and can do a lot on their own. So how do we support and help them do that? So what he was explaining is that your body will signal you when something is off. If you don't listen to those signals or don't recognize them or just continue to do it, your body's going to stop signaling. It'll just kind of shut down more and more and more and just go into survival mode. So you'll hear about somebody who nothing, they're fine, and then they have this huge chronic issue, or need a quadruple bypass or stage 4 cancer, like whatever it is that they're like, oh, we had no idea. And everybody's different again, but it could be that the body's not warning because the body's just trying to survive if you don't change your lifestyle habits. So actually it's a good thing if you're cleaning things up. If you sort of all of a sudden get like a headache, or you're a little bit nauseous, or whatever all the signals are, be a little skin something that's irregular, that's your body quickly trying to signal you that something is off. And fennel helps you recognize the body's signaling and being aware, and so that kind of goes along with the responsibility as well, like being responsible for your body and what you're doing and listening. I don't like that phrase, listening to your body, but it is kind of, it's being aware of the signals, and then of course it's learning how to respond or learning what the triggers were to not do it again. But fennel's a great oil to help with that, like just get in tune. I think
a good way to describe it is you get desensitized when something's going on all the time.
That's true.
And it helps increase that sensitivity again. To whatever it is.
For blending, so I think you mentioned the ways to use it. You can use it all 3 ways. It is great for cooking. It's very strong. Like, it's a real intense one. So if I were going to add it to a recipe, you could either do like a toothpick, stick the toothpick in and then swirl it into your recipe, or do the thing where you add a drop to a little bit of oil and just pour some of it in, because fennel can be very intense. Obviously, if you make your own kind of ground beef sausage type blend, it would be great for that. It's great in Italian dishes. It also, we love doing broths, like fish broths, and fennel. We put the fennel bulb in there. So fennel oil is a great way to season the fish broth. You could even do it in some Asian with kind of some lemongrass or ginger. You could try adding a little drop of fennel to something really flavorful. But it's very flavorful. And I mentioned the blending, and I didn't get to that. So the blending, it is a modifier and an enhancer. So it modifies and enhances the blend. Sorry. So it's going to enhance the properties of the other oils it blends with. Because it is so potent, you want other strong scents to balance it out. So think like basil, lavender, litsea, maybe some geranium. It is top to middle notes, so you'll need something a little bit brighter and then more things to kind of ground it, because it's definitely one that I would do like a 1 drop of fennel in a blend that you're going to put in the diffuser, just because it's one of those ones that can overpower the blend pretty easily.
Awesome.
Okay, and we talked about all the awkward things. So, and please, obviously, we need this stuff. We need to talk about it, and we love passing on this knowledge to you. So feel free to ask questions. We're open for questions. Any other things you want to know? If you need a little bit more clarification, if we were a little bit too vague, sorry, you can post that in the comments. Yes.
And next week we're going on to frankincense. Good one to talk about. But fennel's awesome. Use it. Let us know in the comments how you're using it. Anything we missed. And see you next time.
Yeah, thank you.